This is the Transformers The Last Night Premier Edition Deluxe Class Decepticon Berserker. The figure is part of the first wave of these Deluxe Class figures for the Premium Edition line of the Transformers The Last Night toy line. Fantastic artwork. You know what? I'm just hoping they show this guy in the movie. Because it would be a complete waste of character creation if they didn't do it. He comes with a nice set of instructions that are, whoa, 18 steps to transform. And you know what? I think for the Premier Edition, they're trying to please everybody. They have the turbo changers, they have the 5 steps for the kids, and for those who just want easy transformation. And for the fans, for the older collectors who've been collecting this since Transformers the Movie 1, they're going back to their roots in Revenge of the Fallen, where they had multiple steps transformation, up to 18 steps for the Premier Edition. So that's for the collectors, and that's, I think, what Hasbro is trying to establish with this line. So that's fine, that's fine. And you know what? A lot of collectors have been hating on this figure, and I actually like it. I'm laughing because it always happens. A lot of the figures that collectors hate, I end up liking. A lot of the figures collectors love, I usually end up hating. So he's got this Predator vibe going about him, and the transformation is a little bit flimsy, but if you know how to do it, it can be quite fun. I'm not trying to be ironic. I'm not trying to be sarcastic here or anything. You'll know if it's a sarcasm video review, but it's actually pretty neat. I think there are a lot of good ideas for this figure, and some of them were actually executed pretty nicely. It's just that, you know, maybe a lot of collectors didn't have time to fidget with the nuances of this figure, albeit there are a lot of issues that pop up here and there about how this figure could have been better. But as it is, as a deluxe class Premier Edition figure, I'm actually quite pleased with it. Maybe it's my very little or very low level of expectations for this figure, but it's actually pretty nice. The colors are great. I'm sure Takara Tomy is going to have a better version of it, but as it is, it's not too bad. You get paint apps, you get a lot of these silver highlights on the gray, and I love that. The dark gray with the silver metallic type of plastic feel to it, very, very nice. The paint apps on the vehicle, they came out really nicely. Black plastic with this tinted glass paint. I like it. Stability wise, he's got that reverse like chicken feet, but it does stand up and hold up very nicely. Yeah. Now here he is with the original Berserker, not Berserker. The what's this guy's name? Crowbar? No. I can't even remember his name. Was it Crowbar? No, it wasn't Crowbar. It was something. It was Dreads, and he was okay. I thought it was pretty neat. I got mine with a cut off finger. But this guy, he looked like a cybernetic cockroach, and Cybertronian cockroach, and it was okay. That's what Michael Bay intended him to be. But this iteration, is really giving me that predator look, and I'm really liking it. Given the fact that he might have better colors with the black and silver, I love the gunmetal gray and silver on this one, and I'm not totally hating on it. So very, very nice, Hasbro. The only reason I can think of that would make me sell this figure is if I do get the Takara Tomy version, it turns out way better. I'm not saying just a little bit better, just way better than this figure in terms of color and paint apps. Or if this is one of those cases that he was a character that was cut from the Michael Bay final edition of the movie. If he decides to eliminate this character and does not appear in the movie and just appears in the video game, whatever, if he's not a movie appearance, I might end up selling it, because that's my take now on my movie figures. I'm trying to streamline my movie figures, only movie appearances and figures that I actually like. So that's it. The sculpt, as I said, is great. He's got that. I wanted to pose him this way in the opening. He's like the Predator going to the jungle. And oh man, but I didn't have a flight stand that was handy enough that could fit him. So look at this. Look at this guy. He's like just swooping down on Autobots, and I could imagine him doing that, or maybe he won't be doing that. And even if you stand him upright, you straighten up all the, he still looks great. Excuse me. If the legs were upright, I totally buy that idea. Very nice. So sculpt wise, paint apps, very, very nice. There's this one X on him. I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out in the movie. I thought it was an error, but I checked all the figures and they're really it's an asymmetrical X, and it's, I don't know what it is, probably a mark or something, maybe in the video game or in the comic book, I don't know. So articulation for the figure, the neck can go up and down, and it's sort of like on a ball joint, so that's cool. It can give him all that expressions, and yeah, it still looks like a little bit of a cockroach, but more of a predator. I love the dreads on him. It's not as intrusive as the other one. His shoulders can go up and down because of transformation, ball jointed shoulder. Oh, I forgot this one. It's on a ball joint. It's very reminiscent of that, of the horns of the earlier dread that I showed you, but much smaller, obviously. He's got a bicep swivel, and this is one of the issues that I was telling you about. The panel is not glued on. I don't know why. It's just on by friction, and it easily pops off. So I don't know. I might glue it, might not. No, I'm not going to keep it that way. But it does tend to pop off fairly easily. Hinge elbow. The wrists, he's got no wrist, but it does go up and down because of transformation. No waist articulation, but he does have, no waist swivel, but he does have like a waist ab crunch because of transformation. He's got a ball jointed hip, thigh swivel. Sorry, what is this? Bicep swivel, thigh swivel. Hinge knees that go up here, not too bad. And another hinge knee that break at the calves. So that's it for articulation. Now transformation, here's the tricky bit. The instructions tell you to do so many things, but if you know where you're going, you won't have a difficult time. Now he has these barb clubs. I have no idea if they're movie accurate or not. If they are, then I'm keeping them. If they're not, I'll probably keep them in the bin. But I think they're absolutely useless. I think on his own, his claws, his spikes could be used as weapons. So I would have appreciated maybe a shoulder cannon or something like that. But they're made of soft PVC plastic material, and they're a little bit spiky. No idea how accurate they are, but we'll find out soon. So transform him. Let's get to it. Straighten everything out. Okay, and this is how it's going to be. Everything's going to fold up this way, arms are going to fold up that way, and this is going to be the front part of the car, and here's the rear end. So if you know where you're going, there's no reason why this shouldn't be like a fun transformer. So fold it up this way. The instructions tell you to go up, up, and down like that. No, just fold up the shoulders and rotate. Easy peasy. Fold up the shoulders and rotate. Open up these panels. Whoops, sorry. Just fold the spikes all the way here, and there's like a peg that will stop them from going anywhere. They don't peg anywhere, but they just nestle right there. Fold up the panels. That's the side of the SUV. It's a Chevy Suburban, I think. So that's what we're trying to do. Fold in the fists this way, and make sure the head's down here and the shoulders are flush right there. They don't tab in anywhere or whatever. Oh, sorry, let me just fix the biceps. Okay, they don't fold in anywhere, or they don't tab in anywhere, my bad, but they just stay there. Okay, like that. They stay there. Leave it as that and fold out. Let's do the back part first. Fold this, and that's we're ready to just snap everything in. Okay, all right, and then the feet, keep them this way, rotate slightly. They're like, there's no, it's sort of like this, but it doesn't matter because you're going to align it anyway once you fold it up. So okay, you're gonna go ahead and do this, but don't tab anything yet. Just line them up. Right, fold up the hips this way, and then fold the feet this way. Just don't tab anything yet. Just line them up. Line up the panels like that, and like so, like that. This thing. Yeah, this is the only nuisance I can see for this figure. The panels are not glued in or not tabbed in. Okay. I was actually prepared to do like a sarcastic video for this one, how awesome it is, but I end up liking it. So the feet sort of stay like that at the back, like that. So you're in good shape if you're doing this. Now what I'd like to do first at this point, as your instructions don't say, is you line up the wheels. That's how you know that they're on point. Like you line up the wheels regardless of how the hip joint looks like. Okay, so do the same here. See, it's unaligned, but the hip joint is rotated squarely. You just rotate it, and so that make sure that the wheels are level. That's like a transformation trick I kind of figured out while doing this. Okay, then what you need to do is you'll need to tab everything in first with the feet. There are peg holes right there for that one, and here and there. So more light, please. Tab in the feet like that, and they're gonna wobble here and there. That's fine. Okay, and then tab the like the boot, the trunk, whatever you call it. Okay, now this thing would just stop popping off. There's no glue, so if you want to glue it, it's fine. And then again here, I can just find it. Sorry, excuse me. Tab it here and there, and then tab the trunk, the back like that. Ah, he's come undone. Okay, it's easy. Once you've done that, then you're in good shape. Okay, the instructions tell you to tab here first and then close this. My suggestion is you close the roof and the trunk first. Just line it up and then tab the legs in, and then tab these tabs of the trunk, and that's it. That's how easy it is. You'll have to sort of fix that here and there, and then what you want to do is line up the bumper, line it up properly, and then fold the hood of the car like that, tab it in, and then this one is going to tab in. And the easiest way to do it is to hold the thighs right here, and there are tabs right there. Just tab it very gently. You don't want to disturb what you've already done here, and then here, and that's it. It's as easy as that. I don't know why some reviewers are just hating on this, and the transformation is just crooked and it's just crazy, but that's it. It's easy to transform it. Okay, very, very simple. Now here is the Age of Extinction, one of the vehicles that they used to capture Optimus Prime, or to chase Optimus Prime, and he's like a 5-step changer, the activators with the gimmick and all that. So he's in good scale, not bad. He's a Chevy Suburban. This is more of like a Lexus or a, I don't know what this is, a GM. It must be a GM type of car. Pontiac, I don't know. Kind of reminds me of a Pontiac, but here it's like a GM. I have no idea, but he's in good scale. He's actually should be a little bit bigger since he's a Suburban, but as a deluxe class, not too bad. Okay. And finally, you can put the weapons here. One goes this way. Either way, you can put this one here, or you can put it here. The way the notches are made, it's made so that you put the weapons alternately facing each other. So easy peasy. And there's enough clearance for you to actually allow him to roll even with the weapons on it. So all in all, it's not super great, not a fantastic figure, but because I was very neatly impressed and I enjoyed it much, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. A very high grade. It's not by all means like a super great figure you have to hunt down. There's a lot of it in stock, trust me. It's a peg warmer, I'm sure, but it's not bad. Don't judge it based on a couple of reviews who hating on it, but see it for yourself. 8.5, I think for me is just a nice little grade for this figure. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the little video review. This has been the Transformers, the Premier Edition, Deluxe Class Decepticon Berserker from the new The Last Night toy line. Thanks for watching.